Welcome to part 2 of All Andy Alfred right here on ClayFan23. I'm your host, Andrew Alfred. I'm with my guest, Nick Devera. And Nick, you're the founder of Airsoft and Sports.funboards.net. Um, give the fans why you decided to put on a board. I mean, you have your friend Chris, and you have me as a friend. I mean, I do the NHL and the MLB, and it's a nice board, but we need more fan space, and that is absolutely right. Tell us what got you into doing a sports board, and tell us the progress of how's it going.
Well, as you know, me and my other friends, we like to play Airsoft. And it was pretty much just a collection of phone tag. One would call and be like, well, call Chris, see what's going on. Well, alright, you call Brandon, see what's going on. So we really just wanted a place where we can conjure and play our Airsoft games, which has gone pretty well. I mean, we have regular games going on now. Plus, I know some of the other posters like sports. Um, so I put those in there too. The traffic is low, but I'm hoping that, someday or in the future, more people will join and post on the board. Back to
Thank you. We're still having problems with the microphone, so deal with us. We're gonna be like it'll be 5 seconds because we're flipping back and forth on microphones because the camera only has one microphone switch. So bear in mind. Um, most fans, they don't realize that you're a Chicago White Sox fan. You're a White Sox fan, and I want to know what really got you into the White Sox? Because your dad's a Cub fan, your mom's a general sports fan. She'll be a fan of any sport, and your sister is a Tigers fan. What got you going into doing to rooting for the Chicago White Sox?
well, as you know, growing up, like my dad, I was also a fan of the Chicago Cubs. Uh, well, after the Bartman incident, I guess you could say, I was kind of in a gray zone. Like I really didn't have a team. So, you remember the former Value Cities? Well, they had a clearance rack, and my mother brought me home two shirts of the Chicago White Sox. So, buying those shirts, I don't know, something about those shirts just made me appreciate that team, and I started following them avidly halfway through the 2004 season after we lost Frank and Maglio. But that 2005 World Series one really is what really got me into them.
I can understand that. I mean, I'm coming from a house that is all Detroit Red Wing fans, and I'm the Columbus Blue Jacket fan. I'm representing Ohio. I'm carrying the flag for the Jackets here in Toledo, and it's it's kind of embarrassing to see people laughing at me and making fun of my favorite player, especially your friend Chris. Your friend Chris is a hater. I'll say it. He's sipping on the haterade of Rick Nash, and but turning aside from hockey to basketball, you're a basketball fan, and if you're waking up and you haven't heard, Shaquille O'Neal is going to the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavs are giving up Ben Wallace, Sasha, whoever the hell he is, a second round pick, and cash for Shaquille O'Neal. Nick, what's your view on this trade? Do you think it was good for the Suns or good for the Cavs?
Well, honestly, I think Phoenix got the better deal. Uh, Phoenix got, of course, Ben Wallace, who's still a great center. They got the other player, whose name I cannot recall. Yeah. They got the draft pick, and they got money. All which could help in the future by free agency or as to the draft. Cleveland got an old, washed up Shaq. Shaq, I love you, but you're getting old, buddy. Just hang up the cleats and call it a career, would you please?
I, oh. Again, we have a microphone problem, but it's just, I mean, it's ridiculous to see Cleveland giving up, and now you got two star powers in Cleveland. You don't know who the fans are going to root for now because you have the Shaq fans or you have the LeBron fans. I mean, it's ridiculous. Um, you're also a hockey fan now, folks. This guy didn't know about hockey. He's never been to a Storm game. He went to his first hockey game last season, and that was against the Jackets and the Chicago Blackhawks. And last year he didn't know that much about sports, and now about hockey. And this year he's been so passionate about the Blackhawks because they were in the Winter Classic, and they also made the postseason run. Nick, tell the viewers what was going through your mind when you guys were playing Detroit. I mean, you guys were so close to beating them, but you couldn't. But you couldn't get done. I mean, I know you hate Detroit, and you've said it many times that Detroit. I'll say it. Detroit sucks. The Red Wings suck. I'll say it. What do you think about this? What do you think about the Blackhawks making this playoff run for the first time in a while?
Well, it was great. I got into the Blackhawks the year after the lockout, which I think was the 05-06 season, if so I went to two bad seasons, and last year they almost went to the playoffs. But this year, it really was great to see them. They almost struggled towards the end, but they got back together. But going to the playoffs, it was really great because they were written off against Calgary, they were written off against Vancouver, and they're still written off against Detroit. I think Chicago could have won the West, but as you know, they lost Javi Bulin in Game 3 or 4. I know Detroit lost Lindstrom, which hurts them, but us losing our main goalie, our starter goalie, definitely, against Huey or anything, but to lose Howie Bullen hurt us a lot more than Detroit, the Dead Wings losing Lindstrom.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, when you lose a star goaltender like that, I mean, it's kind of that's kind of bad. And then when the Red Wings lose Lindstrom, but I'm still happy that the Red Wings still lost. I mean, they lost Game 7 of the Stanley Cup, and and I'll say it. Excuse me, Nick. I will say it. They choked. They choked the big one. I don't care who you are. You're up 2 games to none in a series, and you have Pittsburgh come back. It's unbelievable. But what's unbelievable is that we're running out of time, and I want to thank my special guest, Nick Devera. Nick, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. You have any final words for the audience? Close off. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I just want to say fire Katie because she doesn't know what the hell she's doing on this with this show. I just want to once again thank you for letting me be on. I'm a great fan. I'm a big fan of the show, and I just want to thank you for letting me be part of it today. I'll enjoy watching it later tonight, and that's all I have to say. Good night, America. Is everybody out?
Thank you, Nick. From all of us here at All Andy Alfred, I want to wish you a good day, and remember, I'm pulling for you. We're all in this together, and victory is sweet. For those Pittsburgh Penguins fans, when you have tasted defeat. Have a good night, everybody.